Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to my corner of the world. We're here for a reaction to the newest death battle, Among Us versus Fall Guys. I'm not entirely sure how this battle is going to go. I'm not even sure how they're going to be covering the biography portion where they talk about their skills and whatnot. I don't know how this is going to go. I've never played either of these games. I have seen people play Among Us, so I kind of have some knowledge as to what they can do there. But Fall Guys, I might have seen people play it, but I don't really know how it all works. So this is gonna be an educational death battle for me. Let's hop in. Link to the original video will be in the description if you want to check it out. Here we go.
This battle is sponsored by Marvel Snap.
How are we doing a death battle between these two video games?
The year was 2020, the long wait as we all experienced the most viral sensation in recent years. It was Among Us.
Nah, Fall Guys was the biggest news that year. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In the lonely dark of space, aboard a malfunctioning vessel, a peculiar crew of bean-shaped astronauts must work together to save their souls from a quiet demise.
Tons of stuff could go wrong at any moment, and it's up to these colorful clowns to fix it. Impressive, since their spacesuits don't seem to have any arms.
Oh, that's not actually a suit, that's just how they are.
Wait, what? Ew, why?
More on that later. The tasks they undertake to save their ship require varying degrees of difficulty and skill. It may not take much to reconnect some wires in the cafeteria, but it certainly does to clear asteroids when your ship is moving faster than light.
If that's not a suit, then why do they have a cafeteria when they don't have a mouth?
At any point, these creatures must draw from medical training, electrical skills, and mechanical know-how.
Okay, but it's total chaos, so teamwork is key. They gotta spread out and trust that while they're all swiping cards, they have each other's backs, right?
Well, success is always uncertain, as though fate has placed some external force that stands between this species and their survival.
There's an imposter among them! I mean, among us! But not us, though, right, Wiz? Right?
For the 9th time, I'm not an imposter.
That's just what an imposter would say. They're shape-shifting aliens. They could be anyone, or any mad scientist in a lab coat.
The imposter threatens the pack and pushes them towards extinction by any means necessary. Anything from damaging lights to wrecking the ship's reactor.
Which can be tricky to fix in time. Even though imposters are naturally skilled at crawling through the vents, the crewmates need special engineer training to do the same. So not all of them can McLean it up.
So with this, I am so curious because here they have imposter and imposter specific abilities. Then they also have ghosts, and the ghosts are the victims of the imposter, and they have a specific exclusive set of abilities as well. So when they do the battle, is it gonna be the last one where it's army versus army going at it, and you have multiple imposter roles and multiple crewmate roles who become ghosts after they die? This is gonna be very interesting.
Tricky to fix in time. Even though imposters are naturally skilled at crawling through the vents, the crewmates need special engineer training to do the same. So not all of them can McLean it up.
All while the imposters conceal their motivations and infiltrate the herd. The others always know something isn't right, and the imposters use that paranoia to motivate their prey into ejecting each other into space. Just for being kinda sus.
Yeah, Wiz is the imposter.
He does seem to know an awful lot about these aliens. And just
or is it gonna be an
it
imposter
isn't me.
among the Fall Guys?
Say sus.
No.
Yeah, I could see that.
Knowing a lot is literally my job.
I can kill ear canals.
Ah, jeez, fix your mic, dummy.
I agree with the metal bowling ball.
Well, I knew the sussy baka from the start. And again, just to be very clear, it isn't me.
Same here.
Oh, come on. Anyone could be the imposter, Boomstick. It's completely random.
random starts with R and so does. Oh, I know who it is! It's always the red one!
Wait, what? But it isn't me! It isn't me!
Oh, right. There's usually two imposters.
Dear God!
The imposters aren't just tricksters, they're also hunters, bloodhounds tracking and assassinating crewmates when they least expect it.
They'll snap their necks, stab them with a knife, shoot them with a desert eagle, or use their freaking tongues to impale their faces. Oh God! Right through the
Or
visor.
just bite
They
their
may
heads
look like
off.
they're
I've seen that
wearing
one
spacesuits,
too.
but that's not a visor. That is their actual face. Examining their cross-section reveals their insides always match the color of their bodies, and that they are comprised of exactly one large bone, which must mean their ability to walk is entirely muscle-based. Their whole anatomy is one unsolvable mystery.
Ew! They've got human toes, buff arms for no reason, and can stretch like Mr. Fantastic? What are these freaky things?
No one knows. They don't even exist within the same realm of mortality as you or I. Even if one of them is killed or ejected into the lifeless void of space, they return as a ghost, invisible, incorporeal, unable to communicate with the living, but nonetheless still among us.
Even beyond death, they can plot the demise of other crew.
Or
Yeah.
become guardian angels for the living by literally shielding them.
That's gotta be one tough shield, cause remember that Desert Eagle they holster? Apparently, that thing also fires a laser that can rip apart whole planets! Good God!
What?
To split this planet apart like that would need over 10 non-million tons of TNT!
Was there like a comic
so
made for Among
incomprehensible,
Us
you'd
or
have to
something?
multiply 1 billion by 1 billion. Twice.
More than enough to annihilate Earth over 160 million times, which seems like overkill for the, space vampires they were fighting.
Right, the crew has crossed over with a variety of other universes. Fortnite, Vampire Survivors, Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, the classics.
Including this Henry Stickmin guy. Apparently, he's a kleptomaniac with a surprisingly wide and wacky arsenal all the crew can have.
Desert Eagle-eyed crewmates will find Henry's weapons throughout the ship, like a banana bomb, a teleporter, a ninja star, and a magic pencil that can bring drawings to
Okay.
life.
These creepy Teletubbies can sketch whatever they want into existence, and
Wow.
they're suddenly everywhere I look now. Where's these little trash can people are freaking me out?
In a strange way, all of this makes sense for this fascinating species. In the face of insurmountable odds, something inside tells them to band together no matter what, to use all the tools available and try to survive again and again. On a
A
ship,
mi-
on s- to use all
A
the tools
McDonald's
available
chicken
and
nugget
try to
shaped like the
survive
crewmate
again and
sold
again
for
on a ship, on strange planets,
$99,997.
anywhere they may be,
That's
in
crazy.
spite of anything that may be going on in the world. They either fix what's broken or face certain doom. But no matter what, they do it together.
Together! Yeah! Ooh! Welcome to the bright, colorful world of the Blunder Dome! Natural habitat to these lovable little beings known as the Fall Guys, who race each other through fun playgrounds with nothing but clear skies above.
These lively obstacle courses showcase their inherent skills and abilities. As if drawn by natural instinct, they hurdle over barriers together and pass through various tests of strength, agility, and mental fortitude.
And it's pretty impressive considering how elaborate these bounce house courses get. How do these weebles wobble through it?
With a shocking level of innate parkour mastery that
Wow,
otherwise hasn't been
Nicole.
seen since 2006. But honestly, not many of the beans make it, and only one can be crowned the winner before everything starts all over again.
Which makes for some very friendly competition, like survival of the fittest, but for a bunch of candy grimaces. They'll grab, shove, and slam into each other to make it out on top, or even roll up into a ball and launch across the course. Self-preservation be damned.
And over time, the beans have evolved to higher levels of, let's call it imagination. The engineer Digi invented the creative device so the beans could start making and designing new obstacles and challenges for themselves, as well as additional tools like wrecking balls, wind-up boxes for punching foes, and even translators that make their nonsensical language intelligible.
But even at their best, they're still just flinging themselves over these obstacles like a bunch of drunken lemmings.
This species seems to have a biological urge to navigate these courses for one singular purpose: get that crown.
I mean, if I could be king for a day, I'd push you off a cliff right now.
Wow.
Very funny. Get away from me.
Things in the Plunder Dome can get wild. We've seen these goobers get smacked by giant mallets and fall into actual hot lava, but they always pop back
they
up at the
can
qualification
resurrect,
stage
okay.
later, completely unharmed.
Every time they
somehow.
die,
These
they come back.
remarkable
Yeah, that makes
creatures have
sense.
demonstrated
Alright.
some dumbfounding durability, such as getting struck by meteors. That's a hit anywhere from 18 tons of TNT to 15 kilotons. But they still get right back up to Rube Goldberg themselves straight through another obstacle course.
On top of that, they were hit with the Big Bang and came out the other side completely fine. Wait, what? Did I just say the Big Bang? Why do we even mention the meteor? Who cares? Their suits are basically indestructible.
Boomstick, I hate to tell you this.
No,
Those aren't really.
don't say it.
Those aren't actually suits. That's their skin.
Oh man, people were getting weird back in 2020. Didn't they have better things to do?
With only arms, legs, and eyes, there must be some genetic mechanism inside the beans that causes them to be self-sustaining. Though after some dissection, it's unclear. This is an official image, by the way.
I don't know what's
Oh my
more
God.
upsetting, that skeleton or the fact that these jelly beans are 6 friggin' feet tall.
Yeah, that's
Imagine
crazy.
bumping into this thing in a dark alleyway. No, thank you.
So, this means when you start the game, you're just flat out naked? Just swigging away, beans in the wind.
Strange such nakedness would be allowed, considering what's actually happening is the Fall Guys are contestants in a non-stop 24/7 game show, the Ultimate Knockout. Yeah, that's what's actually happening here. So what might be misconstrued as some sort of migration cycle is really a brutal, never-ending gauntlet that takes advantage of their tunnel vision.
So, it's like the Truman Show mixed with Wipeout and Naked and Afraid. What happened to them being just colorful cartoon beans?
And they survive to keep playing the game no matter what. The game makers have said that when the beans fall to their death, they feel a moment of displacement, serenity, zen-like detachment from all worldly and physical bonds. Then they pop back onto the podium to celebrate their achievements. That's an official quote.
They've also said they're strong enough to rip someone in half and can stretch their bodies so far
Oh my
they
God.
pass beyond the observable universe.
Oh
What?
god, the Twitter feats.
Oh yeah! January 18th, 2022, 9:14 a.m. The Fall Guy stretched so far, he exited the universe as we know it, and then he kept going.
Speaking of universes, the Fall Guys have seen dozens of guest stars from other stories and have learned from their cultures, like flying around in the TARDIS of Doctor Who fame, wielding He-Man's power sword, launching Ryu's iconic Hadouken, or
Bruh.
even just becoming Pac-Man. They just become Pac-Man. They're Pac-Man now.
Wiz, I know we've seen some crazy things on the show, but these 6 feet tall jelly bean monsters eat food through their feet. What are we about to rot upon the world? Is this cute and colorful reality an endless void of darkness and despair? Revelations of disturbances too catastrophic for the human mind to process? A vicious cycle on this blue marble surrounded by mouthless, dead-eyed beans.
Pretty
That
much.
was a lot.
Ah, cool, let's see them fight.
Alright, so going into this, I'm honestly not sure how this is gonna go because it seems to me like they're both essentially immortal. Like, with the Among Us dudes, you kill them, but they return as ghosts, and you can't really get rid of the ghosts, right? At least not to my knowledge. But then with the Fall Guys, they die, they just come right back, like they respawn. So it's like theoretically a fight between them could last forever from what I can tell. Like I honestly have no idea which side is winning this. How are they gonna do this?
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
So it's just a massive game of Among Us, alright. That's unfortunate. Everyone was ejected? Okay. Yo, what? Not the slap. Bruh. Bro. More motivated to get the crown than be distracted by anything else. Alright. Oh no. How? But they're ghosts that can affect the physical world, though. It should not have been over that soon. How?
Oh, when's the next episode? This is my new favorite show. Move over, chimp crazy.
We broke this down into 3 categories: offense, defense, and the bizarre. Let's start with offense.
I mean, the bogus Among Us could blow up planets, not to mention moving faster than light to hit all those planets in one shot. It's kinda out there, but no Fall Guy has ever done anything like that. The crewmates clearly get the edge in offense.
Though that impressive power matters less when we look at defense.
It's crazy how much damage the Fall Guys can walk off. They survived anything their course threw at them, took hits from meteors, and most importantly, survived the Big Bang. You know, the explosion that blew the whole freaking universe into existence? Easy edge for the bumbling beans.
We can even go a step further. Both of these creatures have demonstrated various forms of invulnerability and death negation, like how the Fall Guys could always pop back up for another round, or how the crewmates became ghosts when they die. However, only the Fall Guys had a viable counter. Only the Fall Guys could ensure that their foe stays dead.
Pac-Man, they can become Pac-Man, who, you know, eats ghosts.
Okay.
Which leads us to the truly bizarre stuff about both of these beanie freaks.
They could both stretch their bodies to absurd lengths, but only the Fall Guys stretch beyond the observable universe in a matter of minutes. In fact, if we take these posting times literally, that would mean the Fall Guys can stretch at speeds over a quadrillion times faster than light.
I don't know, Wiz. That feels like a bit of a stretch. Wink.
The crewmates did have plenty of answers to the Fall Guys hijinks, like a magic pencil sword to fight off He-Man's power sword, or how they could potentially hack Digi's creations.
But the overwhelming amount of stuff that the Fall Guys have access to just dwarfs the Among Us crew's arsenal. I mean, Hadoukens, TARDIS, just
Fair
the tip
enough.
of the iceberg. Yeah, the spaceship crew had a few deadlier weapons among them, but the Fallen Guys had too many options that could not be countered.
The crewmates may have been cunning and dangerous, but the one-track-minded Fall Guys just wouldn't go down.
Making sure the
Fair
losers
enough,
of this
all
fight
right.
were no longer Among Us.
Oh no, we never found the second imposter!
Ah, damn it, I knew that stupid robot was sus!
Sigh. So embarrassing.
The winner is the Fall Guys. And me.
Next time on Death Battle.
Nice. Who's up next? Kratos and Asura?
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks.
Kratos and Asura. I've heard it Asura, Ashura. I've heard it both ways, but I just say Asura. That is gonna be very interesting. They are really two sides of the same coin. I never played the God of War games, but I've seen them play it, so I know what Kratos can do. But I have personally played Asura's Wrath. Ooh, that's gonna be a lot of fun when that comes out. But yeah, that's it for this one. Like, I did not know how this was gonna go down. I didn't know what to expect, but it was definitely a bizarre battle. It was definitely out there. One of the most weirdest battles that they've had so far. But that's going to be it for me. If you guys enjoyed my reaction to this, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And I will catch you in the next video. See ya.